Hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. What up guys, this is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we are going to talk about another Portrait of Pirates figure. It is the P.O.P DX Portgas DA's 10th limited version by MEGAHOUSE. Now before I get started, just a shout out to my fellow Singaporeans watching this video. Today is the start of phase 2, so I hope everyone's enjoying a little bit more freedom outside of their house. But of course, don't forget to still stay safe and healthy. I just went out to get some groceries and it's freaking crowded, so remember to watch yourself and take care. Alright, so back to this figure. I got it, I think maybe also around 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not too sure, and I got it secondhand. So this figure, I think I got it at a pretty decent price back then. But if you were to get it now, I will think it's quite expensive. But maybe it dropped after Max Ace got released. I'm not sure. Okay, so looking at the box, the design, it's pretty much simple. The background seems to be planks or, you know, like wooden floor or panels, something like that. And you have this red color flames going around. You have an image of Ace here, the MEGAHOUSE logo, series name, and we also have our silver toy sticker here to prove its authenticity. So this figure was released in 2014. As of today, as of this video, it's about 6 years. So a 6 years old figure. This is the side view. More images of Ace. This is the other side, and this is the back. So you can see how, not a lot of options actually, but how you can actually display this figure. And at the top, lastly, we have more photos of Ace and also a top window. I think my box is kind of discolored. The previous owner probably put it in the, you know, in direct sunlight or, you know, exposed to some sort of UV light, and that usually kind of damages the colors on the box. But that's all for this one. This is the Ace figure, and other than the parts you see over here, you still have 3 other additional parts. You have an alternative right arm if you want him to hold his hat. You have a different head sculpt. This one, it's just him with the free-flowing hair without the hat on. So and also you have the smiling face, and that is totally interchangeable however you want it. Lastly, we have a different back strap. So this is smaller and tighter at the top, which allows it to fit nicely on the shoulders, while the one on the figure itself is a little bit wider, so it allows his fingers, his thumb I guess, to slide underneath, something to allow him to, you know, pose like he's pulling the strap of the bag. MEGAHOUSE also gave an instruction sheet on how to change the straps of the bag. I thought it's rather simple and easy, but it's always great to have you know, some instructions in case we are not too sure on how to change the parts. This is how the base looks like. It says 10th limited version, Portrait of Pirates, P.O.P 10th anniversary, Portgas DA's, Whitebeard Pirates. So overall, it's pretty much light orange to darker flaming orange around the edges of the base. As you can see, the figure itself stands well on its own, so it is possible to not display him with the base and helps you to save some space. Now, for the head sculpt, this is the one that I choose to display my Ace in. Personally, I like him with the hat on. I feel that it's more complete, and I think that this face captures Ace's likeness much better than the smiling face. And also, unfortunately, we do not have an option where we can actually put his hat strapped to the neck. I think that would have been great. So the next best option if you want the hat on is just this. In terms of the quality, the paint work, the sculpt work on the face, I think it is really well done. The eyes, the freckles, the slight smile, the eyebrows are all really neat. One thing I really like is that I can sort of see the depth of his eyes. I think this is further accentuated due to the, you know, the kind of shadowing they did around his eye socket, sort of like a circular shading. So it gives it a more 3D look, I guess, if that makes sense, and it just gives a little bit more shape than just it looking flat. And of course his hair looks great too. Nothing really much to praise here. This is the standard we expect. We usually only call them out if it looks bad, but if it's good, we just leave it as it is. And the head is also well done. So even from this angle, you can see the different shading and shadowing they added for the head. Some parts are darker, some parts are lighter. But let me just show you guys the top view in case you guys are interested. And I think here it's also very clear with the shading and coloring they gave the figure. Okay, I just want to bring in the other face so we can do some side-by-side comparison. And for me, this face is, I don't know, like the smile is not convincing enough. I feel that it just looks like his maybe sand got into his eyes. It'd be better if they gave the smiling eyes I don't know, a more crescent moon shape. I think that's more convincing, but to me it's just not a very good smiling face, and it kind of just throws away the likeness of Ace. But overall, I would say the mouth is actually pretty well done. Freckles is also pretty much the same, and the hair itself, it's also pretty good. The flow of everything, it's really neat, very nicely sculpted. For his body, you can see it's really well sculpted muscles. I think no complaints about that. Also a little bit of light shading to accentuate the contours on his body. I think that's all really well done. And of course he has this necklace too around his neck, which is somewhat movable. You can actually rotate it if you want, but there's no point in that. Usually this is the position because it just naturally falls onto this side. And you also you can see the details on the strap of the hat, very nicely painted. And let me just turn around and show. I don't think you can see much of the strap. It's pretty ordinary. You have the buckle over there, and the back itself is like this, so green in color, and some parts you have the metallic silver paint to show the metallic parts of the back. And at the back you have the Whitebeard Jolly Roger nicely printed on top of his beautiful muscles, back muscles. They are nicely sculpted. These are really great. I think the muscle sculpt is amazing for his body, and it can't be held, right? Because Ace is usually topless, and you can't give him shitty ass muscles or anything. You have to give him good ones, and that will make your figure look great. This is also the tattoo on his left arm, Ace, and the S, the cancelling of Sabo. And these are some of his elbow pads. This is his lock pose, I guess, and his usual bracelet. His knife, very neat. His belt, orange in color. Some parts, the inner part is actually white, I guess, and on the outside it's pretty much orange with a little bit of color differences throughout. And back to the front, we have his A buckle in the middle, and I guess that's because of for his namesake Ace. Okay, and his pants is pretty much just black in color. Towards the bottom this is lighter, more grayish, but the top part here it's pretty much black. I don't see significant shading. And over here you have this blue color pouch strapped to his tie, but the creases and everything, I think they're okay. Not too crazy, but does the job. And towards the bottom you can see his knees, his calf muscles, not as well sculpted as his body, but still okay. And his big ass boots, shiny black painted with a little bit of shading, and the sole is not crafted in this case. Usually for POPs they don't really add the details onto the soles, unlike your maybe you know, your Masterlights, they'll try to add that in. This is how Ace looks like if you want him to hold his hat, and personally this is how I put him in my display shelf. For me it's kind of more iconic with Ace holding his head, and I'm not sure why, but I may be remembering this wrongly, but it seems to me that Ace had a few moments where he's kind of holding his head. I think when he's moving very fast on his little fireboat, and when he's talking to Blackbeard or something. But it's been so long, so I could be remembering things wrong. But to me, it seems more characteristic of Ace to be in this pose. The height of this figure from the bottom of the base to the top is about 24 cm, so around 9.5 inches. This is Ace with his little brother Luffy sailing again version 2 POP. And I know if you guys follow me on my Instagram, I actually have Sabo too, but I haven't unboxed him yet. After 7 months, I promise I will do it soon. Alright, and for these two guys, to me, their style-wise is a bit of a clash. I think Ace is more realistic and is more beautified in a sense, while Luffy is more cartoonish in his style. So it's a bit different. Then again, we also don't have a better choice of Luffy to display him with, so we're kind of limited in that aspect. And this is probably, if you're talking about same scale POP series, this is probably the best, or even the version 2.5 version. And this is Ace with his young self, a little bit more grumpy and angry back then. And honestly, it's pretty cute if you just want to display them like this, young Ace and an older Ace. I think it works for a pretty decent and good display. And of course, you can't talk about Ace without bringing in the Whitebeard pirates. So here is Whitebeard POP Maximum, and this is Marco POP DX. And I took out the bases so they can stand closer to one another. This is definitely another way, and I would say a great way to display Ace with other figures. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for this figure. I think this is one of the better Ace POPs out there. MEGAHOUSE released quite a number over the years. I think the version 1.5 is also pretty good. I'm not sure what's the exact name, but it's him in the first pose, but the latest release version of that. I think that's great. The Dome Tour Ace POP is also amazing. I like that for the colors and also the pose. Personally, I'm still hunting that one down at a good price, but can't find it yet. And the POP Maximum, to me, it's too expensive, and I really dislike the body twist, the body contortion, and the facial likeness to me is also not accurate. Even though the flames, the overall flames of fire are really amazing, I think I wouldn't recommend that. So back to this figure, definitely get it if you can find it at a good price. Once again, let me know what you guys think of the figure in the comment section below. And if you're new here, you're watching my videos for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell notification button if you don't want to miss out on new videos like this. As always, thank you guys for all your support. I'll see you guys again very soon. Goodbye.